Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Oliver's musical genius in search of the perfect jam. This is the channel where I practice for at least 10 minutes on every single video as I progress towards 10,000 hours of public practicing. This video is brought to you by GetYouSomeProductions.com, my music production company and podcast. This video is also brought to you by GetYouSomeGuitar.com, my guitar lesson website. Links in the description for both if you want to learn how to play guitar like me. If you want to hear cool interviews and things, GetYouSomeProductions.com. If you want to learn guitar techniques, learn how to play guitar the way I play guitar, GetYouSomeGuitar.com. So today is a weekend day. I'm actually just working all day, doing stuff, and I'm taking little breaks here. And I have the Casey Means Surgeon General appointment hearing or nomination hearing because I'm interested in that stuff. So while I'm watching it, I'm going to noodle. While I'm watching it and listening to it, I'm going to noodle on guitar and get some practice in, mostly, probably Pat Martino inspired linear expression style licks, maybe some what? Maybe some scale, bebop scale, arpeggio practice, too.
The NIH, ASIP,
Would you
FTA.
encourage mothers to vaccinate their children with the MMR vaccine, seeing how we've had children die in this outbreak in South Carolina?
I'm supportive of vaccination. I do believe that each patient, mother, parent, needs to have a conversation with their pediatrician about any medication they're putting in their body or their children's bodies.
The nation's doctor, would you encourage her to have her child vaccinated?
I'm not an individual's doctor, and every individual needs to talk to their doctor before putting a medication in their body. I absolutely am supportive of the measles vaccine, and I do believe vaccines save lives and are an important part of the public health strategy.
We've had a tough flu season this year. Would you, as past Surgeon Generals have, encourage Americans to get vaccinated with the flu vaccine?
At the risk of sounding repetitive, I do think it's very important as a physician and to rebuild trust in public health to make sure that patients are encouraged to have informed consent with their doctor before getting any medication. I believe vaccines save lives. I believe they're an important part of public health. I also do not want to not encourage patients to have a conversation with their doctor. I think it's incredibly important, and informed consent is going to be part of building trust in public health.
We've had an outbreak of whooping cough in Louisiana, vaccine-preventable disease. Children have actually died from it. Think about it. A child about the age of your child dying from a vaccine-preventable disease. And some have been scared to vaccinate their children because they've been told incorrectly that vaccines cause autism. Do you believe that vaccines, whether individually or collectively, contribute to autism?
Senator Cassidy, you're a physician, I'm a physician. The reality is that we have an autism crisis that's increasing, and this is devastating to many families, and we do not know, as a medical community, what causes autism. The administration has just committed a huge amount of funding to look at the exposome of all environmental factors that could be contributing to autism. And until we have a clear understanding of why kids are developing this at higher rates, I think we should not leave any stones unturned.
There's been a lot of evidence showing that they're not implicated. Do you not accept that evidence?
I do accept that evidence. I also think that science is never settled, and I think that the effort to look at comprehensive cumulative exposures of our exposome into what is causing autism is important, and I look forward to seeing those results and sharing the best public health information with the American people.
Well, I got through 5 out of my 7, so thank you for cooperating. Senator Sanders.
Thank you. And like the chairman, I've got a lot of questions in a short period of time. I enjoyed your opening remarks. I think you're right. This is a country that is sick in many ways. We need to focus on disease prevention rather than spending a huge amount of money on tertiary care, and I've enjoyed and appreciated some of the remarks you have made in the past. So let me just see if we're on the same page here. When I was sitting where Senator Cassidy is now, I fought hard to have much more substantive labeling on junk food. In fact, it's my view that we should not have food manufacturers selling junk TV ads. My understanding is you have come out against junk food ads on television. Is that correct?
Yes.
Can you just take 30 seconds to elaborate? Would you use your position to ban junk food TV ads?
Thank you so much, Senator Sanders. And I agree with you completely. I think there is so much that we agree on these issues. Just to be clear, the Surgeon General's office does not have the purview to ban this.
But you have a voice.
Absolutely, and that's a voice I would absolutely lend to talking about the dangers of ultra-processed foods and getting these advertisements off TV. This has long been a part of my message. I talk about it in my book.
Senator Marshall mentioned earlier ago the crisis we have in obesity, childhood obesity. And you have these manufacturers selling sugar-laden products that cause obesity. Yes. So you will speak out. And do I understand your view is you would fight to ban TV ads of junk food?
I think you will be frustrated by how much I will be talking about ultra-processed foods.
Good. I won't be frustrated. I'd be delighted. All right, let me ask you another area that we may have some agreement. As you know, the United States and New Zealand are the only two countries in the world that allow the pharmaceutical industry to advertise on TV. I believe we should ban those ads. How do you feel?
I agree with you.
Okay.
I mean, just to elaborate, as you know, but for anyone who might be listening, about 65 to 70% of the calories that our children are eating are ultra-processed Franken foods made in factories that are so disconnected from their origin, source, and nutritional value that we're putting just nutritionally devoid food in our children. And then we wonder why we have an obesity crisis in children and why chronic diseases are rising as early as the toddler years. So
that's right.
My vision in this role is to get more whole healthy foods on American plates.
And we spend a fortune.
A fortune.
We make people sick and then we spend a fortune trying to keep them alive. All right. Those are important areas of agreement, and I appreciate that. But I want to pick up on an issue that the chairman raised, and it's a terribly important one, and that deals with vaccines. And I think the answers you gave us were a little bit political and not to the point. The American Medical Association, I don't know if you're a member of it or not, is the largest professional association of physicians representing over 270,000 doctors. And they wrote in November that, quote, an abundance of evidence from decades of scientific studies shows no link between vaccines and autism, end quote. In contrast, Secretary Kennedy has said, quote, I do believe that autism does come from vaccines, end of quote. Dr. Means, who is right? Is the AMA right? Is the scientific community right? Or is Secretary Kennedy right?
As I said to Senator Cassidy, we have a situation where autism is rising.
It is.
This is a huge problem.
It is, but we don't want conspiracy theories to
Absolutely. I 100% agree with you. And also, as a biomedical researcher and physician, I am not going to sit here and say that we should not study something in the future. It's not a political answer.
We should study everything.
We should study the different factors that may be causing
I agree. But you have scientific evidence, the overwhelming body of scientific evidence says vaccines do not cause autism.
So just to be very clear, vaccine advocacy has never, or any anti-vaccine rhetoric has never been a part of my message. I don't mention the word vaccine in my book. This is not a part of my core message. I am not here to complicate the issue on vaccines. And also, I, as a physician, am very careful with my words, and I don't think it's responsible to say that we're not going to study when kids are getting many medications. I think it's important to just keep it on the table.
Last question. I'm sorry, running out of time. We are the only major country on earth that does not guarantee health care to all people as a human right. Dr. Means, is health care a human right? Should the United States join every other major country and say to everybody, whether you're young, old, rich, or poor, you are entitled to health care as a human right? Yes, no, maybe?
My focus is on ensuring that Americans have access to the best healthcare in the entire world, which, as you talked about, as I talked about, as everyone who's spoken is talking about, is pretty much the opposite of what we have right now. We spend 2x every other country in the world, and we have the worst.
I agree. But is healthcare, will you join me in fighting for a national healthcare program?
I will be by your side trying to get Americans access to the best healthcare in the world.
Thank you very much.
Senator Mullen.
Thank you, Chairman. My green light was on. I thought my mic was on. I want to address a couple things. During the ranking member's opening statement, he talked about misinformation coming from this administration, and I just want to point out that the Biden Surgeon General, Dr. Murthy, was actually, a court actually ruled against him in 2023, the Fifth Circuit Court, for trying to censor free speech on social media. That's misinformation. And so for us to throw out an accusation like that with no evidence when the ranking member was completely silent when that took place, it's really some hypocrisy there. When we start talking about healthcare not being affordable, the ranking member and I actually agree on that. The problem is you supported the same tools that got us to where healthcare is unaffordable, because ACA, affordable healthcare, which is completely unaffordable, has risen 3 times faster than inflation itself. Yet we still support it. Not we, you, the Democrats.
I support a national health care program which will cut the cost of
I'm sorry, it's my time.
But you're attacking me.
No,
you're going to attack me. I'm going to respond.
I'm pointing out facts. You can say what you want. I'm just pointing out facts.
No,
the fact
is
that it is risen 3 times faster, and we know it. Yet we still want to sit here and defend it. The ranking member wants us to talk about all the death that is supposedly going to be happening because of President Trump and Secretary Kennedy, because how dare they look at a healthcare system that is broken and unaffordable and try to make changes, but yet the definition of insanity is what? Doing the same thing, expecting different results, so we should just sit here and accept it? And how dare we look into vaccines to just simply look to see if maybe vaccines may be a partial cause to autism when it's rising at a rate faster than any country in the nation? How dare us look at science? Oh my goodness, science is supposed to be perfect? I thought science was always supposed to be studied. I'm for looking into it. As the father of 6 kids, yeah, I want to look into it. I want to know what's causing it, and I will turn over every stone. And so Dr. Means, thank you for saying I want to turn over every stone. Good on you. I'm not a doctor. I'm not sitting here trying to say we shouldn't do something. I'm saying let's go after it. Let's look at it. Let's question what we're doing. Let's look at the healthcare system. We can agree on that one. I just don't want to socialize it. But we can agree that it is absolutely not affordable. 100% not affordable. Yet it was supposed to be affordable. That's what we sold by Obamacare. So how about we work together and say, hey, so scrap ACA, admit it doesn't work, admit you guys made a mistake, and let's work at something with President Trump to make affordable healthcare healthy and affordable for everybody. But there's 0 chance you guys could do that. 0 chance. Yet everybody we bring up here, you guys chastise for trying to make changes. God forbid we change and go after us and try to fix our broken system. Anyways, I ranted too long. Let's talk about some...
Yes, you did.
I'm sorry, I didn't ask your opinion on that. And if I cared about your opinion, I would ask you. But I don't care about your opinion.
Well,
you're part of the system. You're part of the problem. You've been sitting here longer than I've even been alive. This is your problem. You should have fixed this a long time ago. You've been railing on it so long. What have you been doing?
I've decided not to run for Surgeon General. You're the nominee. I've decided not to accept that nominee.
That is definitely something we would never accept. Ma'am, what's your passion about healthcare? What brought you into this?
Thank you, Senator Mullen. For all of us, I'm just going to take a deep breath. My vision for Surgeon General and for the future of America is to get more healthy, whole food on Americans' plates and to work to systematically encourage our healthcare system to focus on the root causes of why we are sick and not just reactive sick.